All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. We're back with another video, and well, this was cool. This happened to me just a couple of days ago. In fact, on Good Friday. Now, this was the day before the provincial shutdown. So in Ontario, we're into another lockdown again. So anyway, on Good Friday, I get a knock on the door. I'm upstairs listening to records or listening to music, and my wife answers the door. About a moment later, she comes upstairs and says, "It's our neighbor who wants to talk to you about one of your YouTube videos." So I'm thinking, okay, when a neighbor knocks on the door asking about one of your YouTube videos, I'm not thinking this is going to be high praise or anything like that. I'm thinking, oh, is there? I just don't know what to think. So I come downstairs, and sure enough, it's our neighbor, and she says, "Yeah, this is my dad, Richard Keelan." And it was like, Richard Keelan? Of course, we are talking the Richard Keelan of the band Perth County Conspiracy does not exist. Now, again, if you're not familiar with the great psychedelic folk band Perth County Conspiracy, I've had a few videos talking about them. In fact, my very first video on the VC was chatting about the Perth County Conspiracy. They're based, or were based, in Stratford, Ontario, a psychedelic folk outfit that was kind of a collective, if you will, but the core members of the band were Cedric Smith, who is still in Stratford, and Richard Keelan, who actually lives in the Hamilton area. So anyway, our neighbor said, "This is Richard Keelan, my dad." I had no idea that my neighbor Caitlin's father was Richard Keelan of Perth County Conspiracies. So anyway, the reason they were knocking on my door is because I'd presented a video on this reissue. This was the Perth County Conspiracies first album from 1970 that initially was only released kind of as a promotional idea. There were only so many copies made, but since has been reissued with a really nice, lavish reissue. Anyway, the record company from the reissue had promised Richard at least a couple of copies for him to have, but apparently the record company, according to Richard, had never sent him the reissue. So he's never seen it. So Caitlin had seen the video where I present this, and Richard basically asked, could I have a look at the album, because I've never seen the reissue. So I'm, of course, very much obliged. And again, this was on Good Friday, so I was off from work that day, and of course we were outside, socially distanced. I would have loved to have invited him in, but we kept our social distance, physical distancing, that sort of thing. So I let him peruse the album, and of course, being the nerdy fan that I am, I did get him to autograph my album. So this says, "Jamie, all the best, Richard Keelan." So I'll show you the album here in case you haven't seen the video. So this is a reissue of this Perth County Conspiracy first album. He had just loved the photography, had some stories about the photos taken. Then he perused the booklet that's included that was not part of the original package, and lots of reminiscing on some of the individuals that were involved with this. And what I did not know is that, of course, that's Richard there and Cedric Smith here. And now I haven't had Cedric sign this one yet, but this is Richard's daughter. So this is my neighbor, who I had no idea was pictured on this album cover, or that Richard Keelan was her dad from Perth County Conspiracy. So this was, again, completely out of the blue on Good Friday. So I got him to sign this, and then I did get him to sign, of course, bending his arm, I got him to sign the Perth County Conspiracy album Does Not Exist. This is when they were on the major Columbia label. So I do have now Richard Keelan's autograph, and I do have Cedric Smith's autograph on here. And what's even more cuter is that, as I mentioned, Caitlin is featured here, and then she is also featured here as well, which again, I had no idea about initially. Now, I don't own everything of the Perth County Conspiracy on vinyl, but I do have Perth County Conspiracy Alive, so I do now have Richard Keelan's autograph here, along with Cedric Smith and Terry Jones from the band, who came into the group a little bit later. And then I also have Perth County Conspiracy Canada with a K. This was a German release album, so I do have Richard's autograph. And I also have Harry Findley's autograph, who was he wasn't a musical member of the band, but he was very much a part, very much part of the group. So that was just an absolute thrill, and just so unexpected and so completely out of the blue. You just never know. So I thought I'd share that with you, and hopefully you're having a great day, and thanks so much for dropping by. Do take care.